Chef is handling business. Jason St. Pierre is the principal at Walker High. Just learning a second ago that he's been there 16 years in that capacity, and we'll get into that in just a little while, but I make a promise, keep a promise. That dish was pretty good with the ground beef, wasn't it?
Very good.
Yeah.
I ate it. I'm going to finish it after our segment.
Well, my container is not up here because it's so empty, and it's just,
Yes.
But it's fantastic. So let's get into it, man, at Walker High. You were telling me that y'all have a studio set, kind of like Studio A here,
Yes.
in your building. And you were expressing to me your motivation to get kids directly through school as a conduit into the workforce. Talk about that.
So we're trying to take the boredom out of school. Kids go to school at Walker High being there for homecoming, prom, and social reasons. So we have to get kids trained. One of those training grounds is our studio.
Yeah.
So we have a former student here that's going to hopefully be the weatherman in the mornings. We have
You in the building right now?
yes,
Who?
Balin Rogers.
Oh,
so
wait.
Balin, I don't know if he's in here
Okay,
right now, but he's
all
going to be
right.
the weekend guy.
Okay, all right.
But so we have students that work for the SEC network,
Yeah.
and we film our games live on
Right.
WBRZ Plus. So
Right.
we're very familiar with this. But if I shoot, I have a show called Principal Talk
Yeah.
that I go around to different schools around the state and showcase what principals are doing.
Right.
So we want to get kids immersed into TV production in front of the camera and behind the camera, so we make them qualified to go to work.
Yeah.
Once they graduate from high school, it could be part-time, it could be full-time.
Yeah.
But we want to get that, so we want to make it a conduit and bring business in, where business will invest in our kids and our school, and then they'll turn around and employ those kids and train them while they're in high school. So effectively, the training cost for the company is zero because they're
Right.
doing it on a high school campus.
Well, we talked about this during the break, and that is using high school to get kids to the workforce doesn't necessarily mean a four-year institution, right? Sometimes it could be a technical school that enhances their talents where they can go into the workforce, and maybe they end up at a four-year institution down the road, because we've had kids go to college and get degrees that they end up not using.
Correct.
And you spent the money on something that you got to go back to school for to do again in a completely different area. How do we fix that?
I think we have to give opportunities to students in high school.
Yeah.
And I think we have to invest in our kids in terms of opportunities. So what opportunities do they have at most high schools? Do they have TV stations? I have a drone academy. I have a
Yeah.
sit down and eat Papa John's
Yeah.
restaurant.
Yeah.
I have a culinary program.
You have a Papa John's restaurant
on
in
my
your school?
campus.
So let me ask a question. So kids in EBR are eating all this great beef and chicken and waffles. You got a Papa John in your school. What the hell took school so long to come up with this? Let me not
Well-
make this about me. So let's go back to you. Talk about
Well, let me say this about the school food services here. It's open after school, so we cannot
Okay.
compete because they're over there having heart palpitations over there going. So it's not open during school because we can't compete against the cafeteria. So
No, but I think that's wonderful. I joke about it, but I think that kind of investment into that part of it, even in the cafeteria, like we just saw with EBR, is what you have to do to make it more of a place kids want to be.
Well, to talk to the business and the kids. I mean, the kids are bored at school.
Yeah.
And so we're doing worksheets, watching YouTube channels
Yeah.
and different things in the classroom. Kids need to put their hands on something, manipulate something,
Yeah.
and that's real world. I tell our kids all the time, as a kid, I was growing up watching Mr. Rogers. And Mr. Rogers went to a place called the Land of Make-Believe.
Yeah.
And I call that school because
Yeah.
kids want something they can have that's tangible, they can put their hands on.
Yeah.
And so whether it's a TV camera, a cooking show, we have our own sports medicine clinic. I have my own Neighbors Federal Credit Union where my kids work it. It's open today, 9 to 5. I have my own Nike store. And I invested, and now I'm a vendor, and I'm a franchisee of PJ's Coffee.
Let me tell you, that's one of the things that I enjoy most about having public schools on the show. They just saw the work that EBR is doing and talking about what you're doing. I think people need to understand that these investments are still being made in these kids, even through the public school system. So listen, if people want to learn more about Walker High, I got about 30 seconds. Tell me, give me your elevator.
So you can go to walkerhigh.org. We have our own app. You can go to an iPhone or Android, download our free app. You can see everything about Walker High. We have a live feed to Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter, and we're on LinkedIn. And we have a public group on Facebook because we have so many people that are following us. So if you have if Jason St. Pierre at jason.stpierre@lpsb.org. You can email me or you can message me on Facebook Messenger. And if you want to visit the school and come see what's going on.
Wow.
get your mind.